I hope you're hungry, because it's breakfast time! Guys, welcome in. We are recapping week 3, looking ahead to week 4. This week, due to some technical difficulties, we're going to be relying on our voices. You're not going to have the visuals this week. I know a lot of you guys are pretty visual, and I think we're all wired that way. I hear you. But this week, I think we need to tap into something a little deeper, a little more introspective, and just use your ears, tune in, same information, same stats.
Same expertise.
That's right. Where are you going to get it? Where are you going to get it, Jeff?
Only at the Pancake Fantasy Football Podcast.
That's right. So, Jeff, why don't you take it away? First segment, flipping injuries.
Well, guys, again, sad to say, flipping injuries is back. The same old injuries for the big names. You know, nothing's really changed. But there's been 2 recent injuries this past week, both tight ends. The first one, Trey McBride on my team, he suffered a concussion, and he's not playing this. He didn't go to practice today, so I'm doubtful he's going to be ready for his game on Sunday. Second tight end, Sam Laporta. He suffered a right lateral lower ankle sprain. That's on Rob's team. And honestly, I'm doubtful he's going to be back this week. And next week is the Lions' week 5 bye. So, Rob, you're going to expect Sam back by week 6 at the earliest. That's my expertise. I'm making some conclusions there. But yeah, that's the new injuries this week.
And I think this is kind of the time of the week when normally we're going to the fantasy gods and we're calling in the ambulance. But this week's a little different. We're still going to make a very important phone call, and we're hoping we can help one of you guys out. So just bear with me here.
Hello, das ist Dr. Fresser.
Hey there. Just wondering if you have any update on Mr. McCaffrey?
Nein, geht besser, aber am Buch der Woche.
Pardon me, sir. What was that?
Nein, kann nicht spielen aus Achilles, muss sich erholen.
Yeah, his Achilles. That's what we sent him to you guys for. You said you could take care of him and be magical, it'd be quick.
Ja, Christian, der Retterbusse. Nein, musst du sehen, Achilles diesen Busse nicht.
Hey, we didn't pay millions of dollars to get these kind of answers.
Nein, kann nicht spielen. Spreche English. Achilles Christian.
Send him back to me now. I want him healed and healthy.
Nein, unterstützen Sie diesen Busse nicht.
Oh my gosh.
Achilles.
You know what? I've heard enough.
Beep.
Guys, I'm sorry.
That was... Usually the Germans are known for their politeness, but that was just wrong.
That was disappointing. That's not the kind of service that we expected when we sent McCaffrey to Germany to fix him up. His Achilles, I don't know if you guys know German, but if you can get a transcript of that and translate it, maybe he's getting better, maybe he's not. We don't know. I thought we could get you guys some kind of inside answers. That's why I made a direct call to the hospital where he's staying. But I don't know German, and so, dang, sorry, Rob. It might be a couple more weeks. It might be the rest of the year.
Yeah, we're not sure.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Too bad.
We're gonna move on, guys, to our breakfast breakdown. First match was match of the week last week. Rocks in a Pouch versus Sib Safety. This was our David and Goliath match.
Yes, it was.
This was something. It was that underdog match that we were waiting for, and there's something really satisfying when you see, the little guy come from behind and take the sword out of the giant's sheath and cut his head off.
Uh-huh.
And is that what we saw this week, Jeff?
No, it wasn't. It looked promising. There's some strong performances from little David's roster, but he seemed like he picked up the wrong stones from the river. I don't know.
Yeah, it stunk, is what it was. It stunk.
Yeah,
and I don't know what to say. The Goliath still lives, and we'll see if anyone can take him down.
Yeah. It was just really unfortunate seeing young David be so close to winning, but when two of his players drops a fat old goose egg, and then his defense runs him down 2 points, negative 2 points.
Yeah,
it's just sad.
I think we're a little closer to Little Shepherd Boy than we are to King.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of where we're at. And that's not to say, David, that you can't beat King one day.
No.
But not yet. Not yet.
No, you got to go back to the fields and, start writing some more songs.
Yeah.
Start with some little lions or little bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Jeff, you want to cover the next match?
Oh, yeah. I will cover Eggs and Bacon versus Bare Necessities. That's Andrew Doldman versus Jeff Caterberg. Andrew Doomring versus Jeff Caterberg. I misspoke. So this was a pretty low-scoring matchup. Some good performances out of some players, some weak performances out of others. Classic fantasy. But what was just kind of funny to me was how both kickers on each team both had 0 points. Interesting.
Wow.
And then the defenses on Jeff K's team, -1 from the Cowboys.
Oh.
I'm not sure why Jeff is still fielding the Cowboys. They've kind of stunk big doo-doos.
Yeah.
That's my expertise there. And San Fran on Andrew Doomring's side, only 3 points. So it was just a very interesting matchup. Low scoring, but Andrew Doomring comes out ahead. It is 2-1.
That's a really interesting analysis, Jeff. And what I appreciate is that kind of stats that you bring to the table and kind of pulling out those gems and kind of presenting them and highlighting them in a way that we can actually understand and we can actually digest. And I don't know, I think you translate that really well.
Hey, I appreciate that. For some people this is a job, but for me this is a passion.
Oh yeah.
And a job's not going to keep you up at night, crunching those numbers, looking up those stats, diving deep. A passion will, and that's clear for me, and I'm glad that's coming through in my expertise. And,
it comes through big time.
And while we're at it, with Jeff K's loss this week, his projection versus his actual result was a difference of -30 points.
Shoot.
Interesting to think about. Next matchup, Love Hurts, my team, versus Cook, Line, and Sinker. It's Braden DeVries. This was a close matchup, but it's a story that's been told before. And that story is Saquon Barkley on Braden's team just dropping a big fat 30 bomb on my face.
Ugh.
And despite having some pretty good performances out of my Lions running back and Gibbs and Montgomery, Jalen Hurts backstabs me with just 12 points, and what was a nail biter became a nail in my coffin. And Braden came out victorious.
Wow. Next up, we have Camara versus Gerby the Lubug. Interesting match here. We had two struggling teams duking it out. It was kind of sad to watch. It's like putting two cocks in a ring and we're just watching them kill each other. It's it's not. It feels wrong,
It's
making
wrong,
them fight each other like
but
that.
you can't
Like,
look away at the same time.
I know, it was riveting. It was riveting. And man, Gerbs, the wide receivers came through in a huge way. Running backs were a bit disappointing, and the old dog still lives. Kelsey in the tight end spot. 7 points, but I don't think that 7 points really reflects how disappointing of a week it was.
Yeah.
I'm still, we're going to double down on saying it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
And I think kind of a little teaser here. I think it's becoming a trend in the tight end market.
Yeah. We with our expertise in statistics, we don't just look at week by week. We take in the whole picture. And just because Kelsey has a below average performance, it's actually his median is actually lower than that. So just because it's like, oh, Kelsey got 7 points, that's not bad. Nah, sorry. He's not going to be putting up numbers like that anymore.
No. And on Cam's side, Cam, we called it. We told you before, hey, you got a good team. Stay the course. Don't freak out. And you took our advice, and it worked. Look what you did. You came away with a win. Neighbors, I hardly know her, comes away with 28 points. That's
Sheesh.
Unreal. This is what you drafted him for. Just fantastic. Love to see it, Cam. Keep tuning in, keep listening, and I can see success in your future. Next match, we have my own match, Bear Me versus Nom Nom Nom. This was a tough one for me. And it was tough in that it's like punching a kid in the face.
Yeah.
It feels wrong. I don't want to do it.
But you have no other choice.
But when it comes to fantasy, I'm not playing games. And I'm gonna put on my brass knuckles and I'm gonna take someone down. And it had to be you, Rob, and I didn't want to do it, but it had to be you, dog. And I'm still saying, like, I called the doctor. I tried to get the update for you. And I'm sorry I couldn't, but I'm sticking to what we said again last week. You got a good team, Rob. You got Shakir on your bench, putting up, how many points? Almost 20 points on the bench. It's just like, it's hard to predict Ridley or Shakir. Ridley put up 24 last week. He put up a 1.9 this week. Like, that sucks. But you got the team. It's just not hitting. But I'd say stay the course and keep fighting. And really, in the end, you can stack up as many losses as you want, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 1 week you need to win.
Yep.
It's your last week.
Oh, yeah.
And I say it to all of us. Hope you're all listening. There's only 1 week that matters. And it's the last week. And that's the week when you need your win. Don't get down in the dumps with your season record. You work hard. You go to the waiver wire. You strengthen your team, and you get ready for that final week. Stay out of the pancake house. Don't give up. Don't disconnect. Stay dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, Rob.
Not to put a kind of a damper on that inspiring message.
Yeah.
I just thought, as a stats guy,
Yeah.
with this week, it was interesting how Jeremy put up the highest points this week with 143, where Rob put the lowest amount of points in this week at 85.
Wow.
And,
Jeff, good catch.
Yeah.
Wow. There we go.
Okay.
Man, I'd be useless here without Jeff. Keep me on track and point me in the right direction with all the stats, and he will continue to do that. Let's move on to our next segment, the Pancake Meter.
All right, everyone. Before I give you the updated pancake fear list, I'll just kind of run through who's first down to who's last currently. So at first we have sibling safety, Michael and Crystal.
Boo.
At second we have Bearamy.
Hey.
Third, Cook, Line, and Sinker, 4, Eggs and Bacon. 5, Love Hurts. 6, Bare Necessities. 7, Gerby the Love Bug. 8, Rocks in a Pouch. 9, Cam or Raw. And 10, Nom 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 Nom. All right, so starting at first, Sibling Safety. They were at 3.5 pancakes. With their victory and their 3-0 position, they do move down to 3 pancakes. They have a solid roster.
Yep.
And despite being, a Goliath, they can't be too sure that they're going to remain one for the remainder of the season. Second, Bear Me, 4.5 points, and after some discussion, you felt like you could be at 3 pancakes. Do you want to give some more insight on that?
Yeah, I would say when we came to the number 3 for Sib Safety, once again, I thought that maybe was a little low, but I got to give them that. They have the best record, and I just thought I'm not going to be any more scared than they are.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm at 3.5. They're at 3. I think I got a better team. I think I got a better roster. And I'm going to go giant hunting one day. And the day's going to come. And I am going to slay the giant. And so put me at 3. I'm right on their level. If not lower.
Right.
If not lower.
Yeah, totally. Okay, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, excuse me, Cook, line, and sinker. Was sitting at 4.5 pancakes. Again, he beat me this past week, but he actually goes up to 5 pancakes.
What?
Yeah, let me explain. I have some insider knowledge that despite being 2-1 now, Braden is still fearful that things could easily go sideways for his roster, for his team. And so, despite another victory for him, it doesn't feel like one. And so, he actually goes up to 5 pancakes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Andrew Doomring, sitting at 6.5 pancakes. He won his week. He goes down to 5.5. And you might be wondering...
Well done, Andrew. Well done. Well done.
And you might be wondering, okay, for 4th place, 5.5 pancakes, that's still pretty high. But the fact that he has the second least amount of points is concerning, to say the least. If he can keep his win-loss record up, he's safe. But if he starts falling behind, he's going to fall hard.
Okay. That's fair.
5th place, Love Hurts, myself. I was sitting at 5. I lost this week. I bumped myself up to 5.5. It's not that much because I still have faith in my roster. I feel like sometimes I'm just getting, unlucky. I still believe in my guys, and I believe as the weeks go on, I'm only going to get stronger, better, faster. 5.5 pancakes for myself. Bare Necessities. Did he lost this week, I believe. Is that correct? I just went over it.
Yeah.
He went from 5 pancakes to 6. Those losses start impacting you mentally, and I'm sure that despite having years of experience in this world, that's still going to hit him hard.
Yeah. The pancakes stack up when the losses stack up. That's just simple math.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Gerby the Love Bug, 5.5 pancakes up to 7 pancakes. It's starting to get a little bit more real for Gerby, and he's going to start putting some wins together, or else things are not going to go well for the Love Bug. Yeah. Not much more to say about that.
No. It's there's a point where you say, okay, you got a good team, you can do this, you can do that, but then it's like, we'll win a game.
Yeah.
Try winning a match. Could you do that? We can only do so much here.
Yeah.
For you guys. And I think that's kind of the frustrating part sometimes for me is we're doing everything we can to help you guys. And then it's like we give this information, we give these suggestions, and then like, are people even listening? Like we say, oh, cut this guy, he's going to help your team. They don't do it, they lose. Like,
don't act so surprised.
Yeah.
It's like we're a guy in the desert, and you guys are the stubborn mules that were leading the water, but we can't make you drink it.
No. And then pretty soon I'm going to get so frustrated I'm going to drink the damn water. And let the mule die.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
That's not how we actually feel.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, it's been.
I'm sorry.
It's been a tough day. Okay, and if I can be transparent with you, it's been a tough day. And fantasy is where I go to get my release. And
bit of an escape.
Yeah, and I think we all need that.
Yeah.
But
heaven knows I need it.
It doesn't mean it's not hard sometimes. It doesn't mean it's doesn't bring more pain in a different way. But anyways, sorry, Jeff. Where were we?
No, hey, this this podcast isn't just about football. Sometimes it's about life.
Yeah.
And I know I bring the stats, and you kind of bring that humanity to it. And so I really appreciate you expressing how you're feeling, and
I appreciate you saying that to me.
And I know our listeners will appreciate that, and I'm sure they'll message in the group and just giving our support to you, because you're the host, and you have to have a smile on your face.
Yeah.
But sometimes the clown can cry too.
Yeah. No. Thanks, Jeff. No, I appreciate that.
Anyways, okay, rocks in a pouch. 7 pancakes before. He got slayed by that giant. And he's actually up to 8 pancakes.
Oh, boy.
You would think he's okay. I mean, Nom 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 was at 8 pancakes last week. How is rocks in a pouch at 8 pancakes now? His team is just plagued by injuries. Vital parts of his team, not just people on his bench, but core members are hurting. And so he's worried, because is he going to keep losing these next few weeks?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't want that snowball going.
No. There's bad juju around this team, and I think David's got to do something dramatic.
I don't know if there's something in his personal life that he needs to cut off, but this seems like there's something nefarious going on behind the scenes that is plaguing him.
Yeah.
And so I would say check yourself, David, if there's anything you need to,
check your house, see,
closets.
Any items have come in the home that might bring bad things.
Bad juju.
Yeah.
Camera, 6.5 pancakes. He had a dominant victory. He's obviously listening to this podcast, as Jared said, and he's now on the right track to victory. 5.5 pancakes now. In a great spot, despite being in 9th place currently. Finally, Nom Nom Nom. Robert, he was at 8 pancakes. He lost again, but he stays at 8. He doesn't go higher. This is still early in the year, despite him maybe feeling like that number should be higher. I think it's safe to say that, we're only a quarter of the way through. A lot can happen. Injuries are going to happen to other teams. Waiver wire pickups are going to be, that'll sway the battles, the tides for you. So I think 8 is a fair number.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I think so, Jeff. And from the little bits that I was thinking I was picking up from Dr. Epstein, I think Christian will be back. And he's not here for the first part of the season, but he's going to be there for the last part, and that's the part that's going to really matter. So don't.
That last week, right? That last week.
It comes down to the last week. We said it already. Don't worry, Rob. Just stay the course. Stay steady. You're only at 8 pancakes.
And stay listening.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to move on to our next segment. We introed this one last week, and it was a crowd favorite. We're bringing it back. This is kind of that, we try to be neutral. We try to present the stats, the information, and let you decide. But sometimes mom and dad got to get in there and start making decisions for the kids. And this one is banana slices, where we recommend cuts that need to be made. And this week, we're kind of trending on last week. This is going to be tough to hear, guys. Cuts like this always are. And that's why we're here to try to give it to you and let you down easy. Rocks in a pouch. This one's for you. Mr. Marky Mark, you got to let him go. I don't know if you were looking at the stats line this week. I'm pretty sure he got 0 points.
Yeah.
I think he was on the field for 30% of snaps. And the coach at the end of the game said, we're going to use him situationally.
Okay.
So some weeks we might use him, and some weeks we might not.
And if we use him, he can block.
Yeah, it's great. That's what we drafted him for. We don't get points for blocking in this league, unfortunately. And Rocks in a Pouch is not quite in a position to wait. He needs to move now, make moves now, win now. And so he needs to make the cut now.
And I feel like if there's a word for David, it's now.
Absolutely. Jeff, yeah, that's the word. Now. I think it's because it brings that sense of urgency.
And aside from the banana slice, like we were saying before, what's in your house? Look for it now.
Yes.
Get that out now.
Cleanse it now. And I don't know what cleansing means to you, David, but whatever it means to you, I respect that, and I respect what you believe about that, and I want you to do it, whatever that means. I don't know. That's not our place to say, but just clean it out. And I think if you do that, we're going to see the results on the field. We're going to see the results in the stats line. We're going to see the results in the win-loss column. And I'm excited to come back next week and to see the fruition, the fruits of your labor, David.
Yeah.
Wow,
thanks for that segment, Jared. That was very insightful.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks. We are now moving on to actually a new segment that we're going to be starting this week.
Oh.
And when you have the expertise that we have on the podcast, we're going to make full use of it. This new segment is called the Number Crunch Munch, where we sit down and we chew on some stats. We digest some of the information that has been accumulating throughout the season. And we're actually going to do something kind of fun, a little silly this week. We're going to put the stats guy to the test. We're going to give Jeff a quiz.
Okay.
I did not tell him anything about the quiz beforehand. This is going to be totally off the cuff here.
Totally new. Never heard before.
We're going to quiz the stats guy right now. And what the way the game's going to go is I'm going to be asking Jeff, give me the ranking from 1 to 5 of the top fantasy QBs on the league on the year so far. So total points, top fantasy QBs from 1 to 5. And what we're going to do is however many spots Jeffrey is off on his rankings, he will accumulate points. So if the stats guy is on par, he should end this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 0 points because every single call is going to be spot on. So, Jeff, can you give me the top fantasy QB on the year right now? Jeff, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to mull it over. And why don't, for the audience, feel free to think out loud. And you are the stats guy. but we understand you're also human. You're not a robot, okay?
Yep.
And so it takes some time to churn that brain of yours and spin the numbers and give me who is the number one fantasy QB on the year so far.
I mean, I feel like that's just pretty obvious. It's got to be Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. I don't need to mull that over.
You're locking it in.
I'm locking that in right now.
Wow.
Yep.
And Jeff is correct. Josh Allen is the number one fantasy QB right now with 71.9 points.
Oh.
Jeff, you are still at 0. Perfect score. Let's go for number 2 fantasy QB on the year. Who do you got?
This is where things start to get dicey for me. I'm going to say Lamar Jackson.
Are you locking it in?
Just give me a second here. I feel like there's other quarterbacks who've thrown more passing touchdowns, but I think with Lamar Jackson and his running ability, I'm going to rank him higher. I'm going to put him at 2 for now.
Okay. And as I am going through this game, I am realizing something about the game that doesn't work, in that I cannot tell you any of the correct answers until you give me your top 5, and then I will tell you how far off you were. So we've got Josh Allen number 1. You have Lamar Jackson number 2. Give me your third quarterback in total points on the year.
I'm just going to look at names here. Oh gosh.
Just think of the teams. Think of the teams.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to switch something up here.
Okay.
No. I'm going to say this is someone I haven't been keeping an eye on. And despite his team being 0-3, I'm going to say Dak Prescott at 3.
Okay, we've got Dak at 3. Who do you got at number 4, Jeff?
You know what? Let's make it a little spicy. Let's say Sam Darnold or whatever his name is.
Sam Darnold at 4. And who do you got at 5?
There's some big teams here. Let's say I don't think Mahomes has been doing good, or Stroud. Brock Purdy's been okay. Daniels has been pretty good. Gino's been good. Oh gosh, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's do something spicy and say, oh no, Derek Carr sucked last week. Okay, I'm gonna do Purdy. Purdy in 5.
Okay. I will say, so Jeff, you were bang on for number 1. The number 2 quarterback on the year you did not have in your top 5, but you did mention his name. It was Jaden Daniels is at number 2 with 69.7 points. You had Lamar Jackson at number 2. That was 1 spot off. You have 1 point there.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson was actually number 3. He's at 68 points in the year.
Okay.
Your number 3, Dak Prescott, is actually at number 7, so you have 4 points. Still, it's not too bad. Sam Darnold at 4 is actually bang on. He is at 4.
That's how they call me stats guy.
That's what you are, the stats man. And Purdy, unfortunately, is not at 5. He's at 10.
10.
So that gives you 5 points. So you end this with a total of 10 points, which is actually very respectable, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm actually impressed. And for those who are interested, the number 5 quarterback on the year right now is none other than Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. He knows how to ball. He knows how to ball.
Yeah.
And a little bit of insight, Baker Mayfield is currently on the waivers. Okay.
Wow.
Don't rush there too quick now. All right.
Wow, that was fun, Jer. I love that segment. I'm excited for these upcoming weeks to see how my record goes, if I can beat that.
I know. And we're going to be back next week with another number crunch munch where we put the stats guy to the test. And I hope you are hungry to hear more of that. We're going to be moving on to one of our kind of final segments that we've got here. We are going to be looking at our match of the week for next week. And that is none other than the two of the, I'd say maybe the most interesting teams right now.
Oh, yeah.
To watch. Kind of a behemoth of a team, and then you got one with kind of a exciting, kind of hard to predict roster, and that is none other than our teams, Baramy versus Love Hurts. I always kind of think of our relationship as sort of the Obi-Wan, Anakin, kind of the Padawan from the Master.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of getting to that point in the relationship where I'm actually getting scared of you and I'm actually starting to feel nervous and feel like you're kind of going out of control. I thought I could teach you, and now it's like you're hungry for another level of something that I can't give you, and I don't even think you should go so far into the stats the way you have. It actually makes me nervous, and I kind of want to talk to you about that after this podcast. But yeah,
well about that, they say you shouldn't love, and out of that comes darkness, comes power. I don't know, the love of this game and the stats. I can't get enough, and I feel assured in my own abilities because I know they're growing and getting stronger. And
oh my god. My god.
You know what? I can't wait to just kill anyone who stands in my way.
Wow.
Even if that means it's you in my way.
And I hope that this week can be a week where I'm reminding you who I am and who you are. And there is still the Master and the Padawan.
Yeah.
And
Jerry, you're not always going to have the high ground on me, okay?
I don't remember who got cut in half in the end, okay? Someone lost their legs in the lava, and sure as hell not going to be me, okay? I don't want to do it. Similar to last week, I didn't want to take Rob down. I didn't want to hurt him so badly, but I think I'm going to have to do it again. So, guys, make sure you tune in to our match and stay dialed in to the match of the week, where we're going to see some sparks fly, and we'll see what happens.
Tears shed.
Guys, our last segment before we wrap it up, it is something that is important, and it's something I think if we had to cut out any segment, if we had to cut out all the segments really and leave
just one,
this would be it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like I talked about before fantasy, it's an escape, right? And it brings joy and it brings fun, and for the most part, but it doesn't bring money necessarily for someone. But one thing that can bring money every week is this final segment.
Yes.
A locked and loaded bet of the week.
Yeah.
Now, you can go and try to gamble on your own and make money for your family that way, and I would say good for you, and I hope the best for you. But if you're going to just stick your eggs on this locked and loaded bet of the week, you're not going hungry. Your family's not going hungry. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to live call in to Cam for our locked and loaded bet of the week, and we're going to hope he answers.
Is he expecting a call?
I told him, I said, Cam, you better be ready. We need a locked and loaded bet of the week.
Happy. How's it going?
Cam, you made it, dog.
I'm calling from the car.
Perfect. Hey, we are live right now on air. Cam, can you give us a locked and loaded bet of the week from the car?
Boys, it's a tough week this week. I was looking at the slate. There's a lot of upsets that I like. I don't know if I can get away from Green Bay though. I don't know how they're favored over the Vikings. I think I saw the spread was like Green Bay -2. I know they're at home, but I don't think Jordan Love suits up this week either. I
Ooh.
really like Minnesota +2.
Okay.
I would even take them outright. I also love the Bills. Last week watching Josh Allen, I don't know how you can't cheer for that guy. Playing the Ravens have looked all right. I mean, the Bills just absolutely dominated the Jaguars.
Yeah.
I also really like the Bills, so...
Okay. Would you take the Bills spread or just the money line?
I mean, I'm even comfortable taking them on the money line there. I know that's two underdogs to win, but I don't hate that. Last week the underdogs came through for us, so
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
don't hate that. Probably some plus money, make up for the early losses in the season, get back in the positives.
And Cam, would you say if someone's kind of in a tight spot financially, maybe a good thing would be to parlay all these picks into one big winner?
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad idea if someone's tight. I also think I saw someone today say they're in that spot, and the common recommendation was that you've got 2 kidneys, only need one of them, so
Yeah.
free up some cash that way too.
Clear up some cash for the gambling account. That's a great point.
I love it.
Cam, I actually had kind of one in my back pocket. I just wanted to run by you. I'm kind of newer to this than you. Don't really have the same history of success. But I was looking at a parlay, just a little one, same game parlay with Neighbors and CD as anytime touchdown scores, locking that up at +263. I know that CD was frustrated with his performance last week, and I kind of got a feeling Dak's going to be putting it his way when they get near the end zone, just to kind of boost him a bit. And Neighbors been on a tear. I don't know if he keeps it up, but I'm liking Neighbors and CD +263. Am I off my rocker on that one?
I love the sound of that. Honestly, depending on how risky you want to get, I'd maybe throw in some alt receiving totals in there too. I think CD and Neighbors just absolutely go off tonight.
Hell yeah.
Maybe drop their receiving lines down a little bit, go over 75 for each of them. I don't know.
Wow.
And Cam, Jeff here, by the way. Thanks for taking the call. Would you suggest dropping a couple of units on this surefire bet, or what would be your recommendation?
So are we gonna do just the touchdowns, or are we gonna throw in those receiving totals too? Let's say we just do the touchdowns. I think if I plug it into my my calculator here, my bankroll calculator, it looks like it's coming out of the 5-unit mega whale lock of the week.
What? Holy.
Whoa.
5 units. I'm going 5 units.
5 units, baby. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. I love
We're
it.
all gonna be rich, boys.
We're going to be freaking rich. I'm going to be celebrating in the chat, man.
I'm gonna call my employer right after this and give him my 2 weeks, because
Hell
there's
yeah.
no need for me to work anymore.
Hell yeah. And dude, we're going to have you here every week, and let's just make money together. Can we do that? Can we have some fun and make money?
Open up the printers and just start printing cash.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Well, Cam, thanks for taking our call, and we better get this podcast out quick because I did not realize that the Neighbors CD stack was going to be happening tonight. That's the Thursday night game?
Yep, that's tonight. But I think we got till 8:30 maybe, so you can also live bet it.
Oh, yeah, dude, there's nothing I love more than live betting. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Cam, thanks for taking the call, buddy, and we'll see you in the chat.
Sounds good. Take it easy, boys.
See ya.
Bye.
It doesn't get better than that, guys.
Wow.
Up to the minute information. This is the kind of stuff you need to hear. Open up the apps. Bet what you can. You said 5 units on that stack. I'm going all in, all right? I want to make money. I don't know about you guys, but I want to make money.
This is why we're here. Fantasy football is amazing. We love it. We enjoy it. But money and helping families, that's the biggest part. Guys, thank you for joining us on this audio-only episode. Let me leave you with this. Saturday, January 11th. If that's on your calendars, right now, put it in your calendars. That is the day upon which the ultimate loser will enjoy his stack of pancakes. We're going to plan on having the whole league come together for breakfast, enjoy our time together, and then we will leave our fallen brother behind. Don't act surprised, guys. When you sign up for this league, you knew the consequences, and pancakes is the consequence. So January 11th, Saturday, block it off, and it's only 1 week.
That's right.
It's only the 1 week.
Just in closing, guys, since this is an audio-only episode and we want something to kind of maybe spice it up a little bit without the visuals, Jeff and I are going to leave you with a little bit of ASMR. This is going to be me and Jeff eating pancakes together. Get my fork, stick it in my crunchy pancake.
If that isn't motivation to not effing lose this league, I don't know what is. Holy! If you didn't close this, if you didn't close this already, I mean, good for you. But also, what's wrong with you, guys? Thanks for joining. Always appreciate your support. We wouldn't do this unless you guys enjoyed it. So
I'll see you next week.
Please let us know if you enjoy it. Okay, turning this off now.